Hey, what's up guys? Before we get into this video, if you could just give this video a like and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 400 subscribers by the end of March, so if we can get there, that would be great. Thanks guys. So the Animal Crossing Direct has just wrapped up, and it's overall quite impressive. I'm quite happy with what I've seen. Now that all the details are out there, we can look at the positives and the negatives, and this video is going to mainly focus on a huge negative that I was hoping they would discuss during the Direct, and they did. However, it wasn't quite what I was expecting. So in case any of you haven't been following, about a month or two ago it was announced that Animal Crossing wouldn't support cloud saves even if you had Nintendo Switch Online. And their reasoning was because each user on the Nintendo Switch would all link to the same island, and they also didn't want people to cheat and go back in time to basically re-roll items or just cheat in general, which I think is quite a weak argument, but maybe some people are bothered by that. And once this was made public, everyone rightfully started to complain and tell Nintendo that they did actually want cloud saves to work. And Nintendo came out and said that they did have a solution that would come in the future. Initially they never explained what the solution was, but we kind of knew it wasn't going to be traditional cloud saves. So fast forward to today, in the Direct, they did mention cloud saves, and it wasn't quite what I was expecting. So the cloud saves won't be available at launch, which I'm actually alright with. I think if your Switch does break a week after you got Animal Crossing, you haven't really lost anything anyway, or a month even. So that doesn't bother me too much. But their solution, the solution itself, is kind of a strange one. So they mentioned that they do store your saves in the cloud, I would assume for features that they discussed in the Direct, like visiting other people's islands and such. But you can't actually recover your cloud saves yourself. What they said in the Direct was if your Switch breaks or gets damaged, they will recover your cloud save onto your new Switch, which sounds alright. I prefer the regular cloud save system to be in effect, but I mean it's okay, it works. But one thing they don't actually mention that's in the small print is that you can only do this once. Now obviously the likelihood of you actually breaking your Switch twice is, I guess, quite low. You got to realise that the way that they've made this game is so that up to 8 users can play on the same island, which means, especially for children, and there could be up to 8 children using the same Switch. If it breaks once, they can get it back, but if someone else breaks it or anything else happens to it, all 8 of them have lost their Switch saves. Now while that is an extreme circumstance, I still think that just taking away an option that's in almost every other game is a bit strange. I also find it really strange that if this is happening to a first-party Nintendo game, considering they're the ones who made the cloud save system in the first place, and now they have to make a different one for this specific game. I'm not like I can understand why, but it sort of seems like they've backed themselves into a corner with the way that they're dealing with saves in Animal Crossing. Another big issue I have with it is I know a lot of people may get Animal Crossing for their regular Switch and then maybe want to swap between their Switch and their Switch Lite. I know quite a few people who do actually own both and will maybe take Switch Lite on holiday with them or something, or on long journeys, and then keep their Switch at home and just swap saves using the cloud save system. And if they want to do that, they'd have to go through the process of contacting Nintendo themselves, getting it transferred once, and then never being able to do it again. This whole situation's very strange and bizarre, especially for a game like Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing will probably be the game on the Switch that will take up the most of people's time, even more than Breath of the Wild or Xenoblade, because you can literally play it every day for years and still enjoy it. And then if your Switch breaks, or if it breaks twice over the next 4 years, it's gone. You've lost your save. And I mean, for being a game released in 2020, it just seems so behind the times, especially with the type of game Animal Crossing's trying to be. New Horizons is trying to be a lot more modern. Like, you carry around a phone in the game. They've implemented the phone app into actual phones, which I'm quite alright with. I think it seems like a pretty good app overall. It's a graphically pretty impressive game, all things considered. And then you have things like cloud saves, which should be built into the system anyway, which they are, but they're just not using them. Due to the way that they're handling the saves for this game, the only real solution I could think of, which I don't even think would be that bad of a solution, would to have something like an Animal Crossing specific account, similar to what they have on most mobile games anyway. You could have your Animal Crossing account and you'd log into the app if you have the app, and then the game if you have the game, and it would keep your save data that they already store linked to that specific account. And then if you ever go onto a different Switch and log on to Animal Crossing with your Animal Crossing account, it should automatically just take the cloud save, move it over to your Switch, and then keep it until you move on to a different Switch or anything else happens. But obviously Nintendo already seemed to pick their preferred solution, and I don't really think they're gonna make another account just for Animal Crossing realistically. So yeah, it's quite disappointing, but I mean the game still does look fun at the end of the day. Obviously the circumstances I've brought up are quite extreme, but still possible. At the end of the day, it's only one game. If it breaks and you lose your save, I guess you can sell it. Obviously not ideal, but that's what we've been given, so we're just gonna have to accept it. Anyway guys, if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Leave me a comment telling me if you're gonna get Animal Crossing and if you've been put off by cloud saves not being in it at all, or if you really don't mind and never use them anyway. Let me know. Thanks guys, I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, properties.